About a Spartan diet. It's part of our Stoic lifestyle.
Yeah. So this is Mr. Day again and Jen at your service for today.
Yes,
Today is Sunday.
yes. Always we're helping on that good life. You got to have high self esteem. You got to think well of yourself. Oops, here we are. Okay, so we'll just wait for somebody to start watching.
You don't need it's shaking if you're carrying. Okay, so as of now we don't have a viewers yet, but it's okay. You can just talk later. They will watch.
Oh, there we go. We got a viewer. So, hello. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit about Stoicism and a little bit about. Thank you for the like. A little bit about the Spartan diet, which I've been following a Spartan diet now for 16 years. And Spartan diet is a very simple diet. It's basically your proteins in the form of meat, fats, and very low carbohydrate. So Jen and I typically don't eat a lot of starchy, sugary food, and it keeps us pretty healthy. And if you look at the ancient Spartans, they had a diet of grains, but they were very healthy because they were always exercising and eating healthy. So that's really important if you're going to live a Spartan kind of life. Uh, and the Spartan lifestyle is one that allows you to achieve a very fit body. So anybody who is interested in losing weight, your goal should not be to lose weight, but should be to get a fit body. And the beginning of a fit body means that you have to eat healthy. You don't really have a choice. So the food corporations, they want you to buy their fast food, their junk food, their processed food. All they care about is making money. What you really want to do is focus on what's right for you and eat those healthy foods. Jen and I were eating a lot of eggs, cheese, uh, whole milk, cream, butter, and a lot of healthy meats, a lot of farm raised type pigs, cows, chickens, free range, and allowed to just run around and eat the natural bugs and insects and grass rather than being fed all of those uh, processed grains. And this is how you really get super healthy as you do that. So the Stoic lifestyle, people think might be kind of boring, but it's not really. It it allows you to achieve a level of peace and happiness, and that's why you really want to study Stoicism. And I recommend studying all those Stoic channels that you can, and start learning some of those habits and traits of the Stoic. Like read Ryan Holiday's book, The Ego is the Enemy, because you're going to find that the biggest problem in accomplishing any of your important goals in life is your ego. Your ego will always come up with an excuse for why you should not be doing a particular task. And if you don't do your tasks, you're going to suffer. And so 2,500 years ago, approximately, the Buddha Gautama, who ended up creating the fourth largest religion on this planet, and Buddhism is not a religion, it's a philosophy, but the fourth largest philosophy or religion on this planet found that dukkha was the cause of suffering. And dukkha is, if you think about it in a terms of a metaphor or an analogy, you can just say Well, it's dukkha referred to the hole in a potter's wheel that was off centered. And so you're going to see a lot of wheels in dukkha and in Hinduism. And this hole was off centered, which caused your wheel to wobble. And what they were referring to was your mind, so or your chakras. And so when your chakras are out of alignment, they're wobbling. This was just ancient, you know, pre-modern psychology. And so if you can get your chakras in alignment, uh, or you can get your wheels centered, you're going to live a happier life. And I found that in order to live a really happy life, psychology doesn't do the trick. And the reason is because your wheels are off center, or your chakras are out of alignment. And again, I'm just using that as an analogy. What I'm talking about is the probably the five most important things in your life, which is your body's physical health, your brain and your body's physical health. And you've got to get your brain and your body healthy before you can really start getting your mind healthy. So if you learn to meditate, you can realize that it's pretty much your ego that's preventing you from doing those tasks that are necessary. And Carl Jung said, if you don't do your tasks, you're going to have anxiety. So doing your tasks builds your self-esteem, and not doing your task lowers your self-esteem. So what is self-esteem? It's what you think of yourself. And so Jen and I have found the world will not come to peace, and it's going to be hard to cooperate with each other if individuals don't develop good physical health. Because if you don't have good physical health, you're simply not going to be happy. Uh, People who are aligned with their ego and identify with their ego are going to listen to their ego, and your ego makes decisions based on your thoughts and your feelings. And that's not a good way to make decisions, especially if you're frustrated or angry or have anxiety or depression. And typically, most of the world is in a low level anxiety mode because their self esteem is low. And since your ego's in charge of your self esteem or evaluating how you are in relation to the world, it's always comparing yourself to everybody else and evaluating the world. If your self esteem is low, you're going to end up in survival mode. The ego's going to end up doing its job, which is kind of protecting itself, or it thinks it's protecting this body, but it's not. It's just protecting itself. So when you identify with the ego, you begin to protect the ego, and that's who you think you are. And most people are creating a strong ego between the age of about 13 to 21 or so. Everybody begins developing their ego right as soon as they recognize themselves. Okay. So right as soon as they recognize themselves, they begin developing their ego right around the age of 1.5, 2 years old, 3 years old. And of course, you'll start developing memories at that age. Some people at a later time because they're having trauma, and so they're not identifying too much with their egos, or they're suppressing information. And a traumatic life can be, well, it's going to lead to a hard life. It's going to be very hard to achieve well-being or to listen to other people because you've been traumatized and your brain just doesn't function right. So what Jen and I have found is you got to have your brain functioning right before you can really start thinking correctly. And you can learn to think correctly when you start studying things like secular Buddhism, secular Stoicism. Stoicism is secular. It's secular Confucianism, anything without a supernatural, unfalsifiable belief attached to it. So the beginning is recognize that your ego is getting in the way. And it's getting in the way of you doing your tasks. What are your tasks? Well, you got to diet, you got to exercise, you have to, so you got to eat well, you have to move your body, you have to do some study, and especially in the area of morals and ethics, and you really want to think well of yourself, and so that's your self-esteem. Your tasks are eat healthy, exercise, meditate, and study. Meditate so that you can do that introspection. Eventually, you can get into busy little tasks like your hobbies that allow you to do some really good introspection while you're in a flow state. And so, ultimately, we want to get into those flow states, and you can do this. hey, hey, talk about ketchup. Ketchup is bad for you. So, I'm not going to answer that one. Okay, and
Okay.
so I
Just stop.
see a lot of negative comments, which I like. We might respond to those.
Okay, swinging chill. Thank you for your comment, Jill S. Thank you for your comment, Brandon.
She's
Brandon. Okay, swinging chill. Okay, thanks for your comment. And Brandon, Nene. Okay, to all of your comments, thank you all. Negative, positive, it's okay. We didn't take things personal. It's
no,
okay. And that it's up to you. And as long as you do this, you can never trigger us. Sorry about that. Sorry, disappointing.
yeah.
Okay.
So I recommend that everybody watch YouTube channels, if not ours, somebody else's, and acquire some knowledge because that's your responsibility. And you look at the 6 pillars of self-esteem, which is ultimately what you're trying to raise, and that is, take responsibility for your actions, for your words, for your deeds. Try to be, impeccable with your word and your deed. Don't take things personally, which I don't. Uh, the way you learn not to take things personally is you raise your self-esteem. If your self-esteem is good, if you're taking responsibility, if you're accepting the things as they are, you change what you can and you just accept what you can't. Uh, if you live with integrity, if you live with purpose, if you have a purpose-driven life, if you're principle-centered. Uh, but or read the book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. Read the book by Ryan Holiday, the uh, ego is the enemy, or the obstacle is the way. That's basic stoicism right there. So live a stoic life, and when you're living a stoic life, you're kind of living a Spartan life. You don't need a lot of sugary foods, which are just poison. Sugar's poison. When you eat these sugary foods, you're going to have low energy. You're going to have bad moods, um, and life's going to be kind of miserable. So you kind of create your own suffering. So the Buddha said that suffering was due to desires and such. I found that really suffering is when you fail to do your tasks and you got a lot of bad habits that create a suffering mind. So if you have low integrity, if you lie, you cheat, you steal, your mind's always going to be in a bad vibrational state because you've got negative frequencies. So energy, frequency, vibration. That's Nikola Tesla. So if you follow a Stoic lifestyle, a Spartan lifestyle, your life starts to become better day by day, and you create a really good past. And I know that most of the people that are having trouble in life, who are upset, are trying to forget the past because they don't like it. Uh, and they're looking back with negative results. And so what you do is you build your self-esteem by exercising and eating healthy. And I can talk about a healthy diet, but I want Jen to do that so I can go swimming because now it's time to do my task.
Okay, so James Stewart Frost. Hope you both are well. spreading positive vibe. Thank you. At least we get a positive comment from James Carter Nyanyan. You guys have a kids? I have a four kids and Tim have his own three kids in America. And I got four children and he's also the one who's taking care of. Okay. Thank you, James Stewart. And hello from France, from Sandy Tell You. Okay, Sandy Tell You, Carter Nguyen. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but anyway, thank you, Carter. James Stewart for Frost, thank you. Spoken like a true gentleman. He is. He is a very gentleman. Even his past life has been with the he have a relationship first, of course, in his first wife, and he's been together with her for like 35 years, and not until the wife left and give him a divorce. So, and that is the day that he was awakened and enlightened, and that is the day that he was free. And then he got also a relationship. He's been supporting this first Filipina girlfriend for more than 3 years, and yet what did she do? She just get his money. And the second Filipina is also like that, but didn't take for long. It's like 2 months. So he left her because well, he already learned from his mistake. And I am the third one. Third happens that kinda okay for him and he didn't let me go. Okay, since then we're almost 8 years. This coming January we are 8 years. And today we come here in Villa Feliciana a little late because the weather is so bad. Rain didn't stop. But now, when we come out, the sun just come out too. And I said, maybe we bring the sun out, okay? And and aside from that, I also have a bad frontal headache. Here is all bad, and my neck, and I'm throwing out this morning because of this bad headache when I wake up. Because last night, if you remember, if you watch my live yesterday, I got triggered with my trauma.
Yeah.
And my trauma gave me a nightmare last night. It's like, not last night, it's like early in the morning. I got a nightmare and I just crying
I
and
woke her up.
yeah, he woke me up. It's like I was dreaming that I've been raped by an old man. That is like trauma from the past. So it's like and then when I wake up this morning when he wake up, I cannot get up because my head is really ache and it's really bad. And then when I really have to get up, I just throw out. And it's okay. At least I process my emotion and my things, and hopefully it will be good development in my
Processing those
yeah
old traumas.
yeah
You don't have to do it, but it's kind of nice to be able to go back and say, uh, there was nothing I could do about it. It wasn't my fault. I was helpless. I was a child. And sometimes people are adults, but they're still helpless. They can't, if they're living with a narcissist, a sociopath, a malignant individual, somebody who has Machiavellian tendencies. What can you do? You just have to, if you're stuck, If you're depending on them, you're kind of stuck with them. So I would just say, work on your health.
Yeah.
Become the best person you can be, and then escape when you can.
Mhm.
And don't go back. You're not going to change them.
No, don't go back. Okay, so trauma is really bad, but the thing is, don't take things so personal, and you must know how to handle it. And me being I was abused when I was a child. I handle my trauma not that good, but not that bad. He's gonna jump now. Okay, so he will go back again in his daily routine. Hmm. Okay, these two girls is a friend of
What you want to
ours.
do is you're going to practice floating, but you should do over in the end where you can touch your feet on the bottom. So over in the 350. Yeah? So go practice over there. Just swim. Yeah, that's how you learn. You just do it. You know how to swim. I've seen it. Like the 350. So can you tell them to go in the 350 pool, baby, and just practice?
Ah, that Daddy said you want to learn swimming because you know how to, right? May
Na ano?
tapon mo yan, at yan gulaman lang yan, gulaman. Mm-mm. Sabi ni Daddy, go to the 3 feet, doon ka raw mag-practice ng swimming. Okay, so okay. I'll deal with these girls later. Okay, so sometimes it's like yesterday I got some comment that is really not in my concern, but we need to deal with it because they cannot always push me that like that and pull me like that because I really didn't entertain those kind of thoughts. But so I make him understand why I don't believe in his Lord Jesus, and hopefully they are. And whatever everybody believes, it's okay for me. I didn't tell you to believe what I believe or do what I did. So find your things, find your passion, find what is good for you, what works for you. That's it. And in my age now, I know already what is right and wrong, what is good and bad, and that is our thing. So how does we model our body? We did this naturally. Everything is in natural. We did in a natural exercise, natural diet, natural workout. All is natural. Okay, so somebody is shooting a pellet somewhere, like a jelly pellets. I know it's not been hurt, but many people around here, so it's like I don't know why they allow it, but it's okay. So I will never get triggered with those. I just want to tell him why I don't. So trauma for me is really not good, but I survived and I'm still here in front of you and well, and still have a good mindset, and hopefully you understand it all. So again, thank you, Berkat Kaila Kalyan. PK Study IQ. Hi, and you my coffee. Hi, I am new. Hi, new. Richard Broad. Love your long time. B, show us the fit. Okay, it's like this kind of the first comment that you the viewers tell to us is like really not really entertaining, but it's okay. Thanks anyway. This will help us to to show you all. We don't need to prove anything. It's more easier to show you all that we are very stoic. We really didn't very affected with those negative or those comments who want to try to distract us. So I will do some dancing this few minutes. I will make a new live. My goodness, I'm really sorry about my language now, and my communication is really bad because my mind is really loading, and just now I feel a little better, much better, not just as I wake up. It's like when I wake up I cannot even look the light, I cannot even see the outside. It's like I'm really feel not good. So I will try to do a little dancing or maybe yoga movement. I will try to, so I can do some of my movement to make me feel happy and better. Okay. So again, to all of you, to all the watcher and followers, please don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Disciples of Tao. And what we're sharing here is maybe it will also help you. And for more information, Mr. Day, when he was 55, he is a type 2 diabetes. I will tell it again and again, and I will never tired telling you all this. Type 2 diabetes is curable. And he was obese, as in overweight in his body, like 141 kilos, 306 pounds before. So he have a chronic cough and also a kidney stone when he's 55, and that is the time that his wife leave him and divorce him, and that is the time also that he start his life and be free for his ego, because he's been following his family, his everybody in his life to do what he had to do, just work home, and provide money for the children. Like he didn't have his life. So after that his wife divorced him. 3 weeks he didn't have any thoughts, and that is the time that he got his enlightenment. So if we got it, maybe you can get it too. So find your passion, start sharpening your saw. Always work in your area of influence, because your power in your area influence is full. All your powers is in there, and that is your health. So take good care of this body and this beautiful mind, because I know you are, and we are. I know that you can, and you will. I hope you will do it. Do it now. Start it now. It's not too late. Love yourself first. Take care, and namaste.